Hello, y'all. Happy Wednesday. Happy What You Cooking Wednesday. Today is breakfast day. We're going to make breakfast. We're going to do French toast, bacon, and eggs. I love to make French toast. I love French toast and I love pancakes. But French toast is one of those things that I can very easily do low carb. And so I love to make French toast because I will have a sweet tooth, obviously. And so I can do French toast. I can make it low carb and low calorie and still enjoy it. And I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. So this is something I make a lot. This is a French toast that I grew up on. It's not fancy at all. It's a very simple. I've jazzed it up over the years, and we're going to jazz it up a little bit today. But it's just a good meal. And so that's what we're having. We're also going to do some bacon. We're going to do some eggs. And I'll probably get some fruit out. And we'll probably have a little bit of fruit as well. So that's the plan. So when you hop on, say hello. Let me know you're watching. I hope you all have had a great Wednesday so far. Let me know what you are fixing for dinner. Lady Diane says she's having breakfast for dinner as well. Breakfast for dinner is just, it's one of my favorites. I love fixing breakfast for dinner. What, bud? What are you clapping for?
Breakfast for dinner.
He's clapping for breakfast for dinner. We all like breakfast for dinner. Anytime you get to eat bacon for dinner, it's a good day. And so that's how we're feeling around here.
Yeah, boy.
Hey, Teresa, I'm good. How are you? Hi, Dorothy. Hello, Dale. Hey, Lori. Teresa Smith says she never eats breakfast for dinner, girl. You need to do it. Sometimes I do it. It's so easy. And I don't always do a lot. My husband and my dad, if they fix breakfast, they want to do everything. They want all the things, biscuits and gravy and hash browns and bacon and eggs and sausage and country ham and like the full Southern breakfast. And I don't usually like to do that because it's just too much for me. But so I keep it simple, and so that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it simple, and it's just going to be a good, yummy dinner. Teresa had hot dogs and French fries. Sounds delicious. Larissa says her boys were always excited when they had breakfast for dinner. Hey, Jenny. Dale says they had breakfast for dinner last night. Lisa says they had egg casserole. That sounds good. Pancakes, eggs, bacon, sausage, sourdough toast makes great French toast. I bet it does. I bet it does. What we're using today is low-carb bread. So that's what I use to make my French toast, because then I know I'm getting my fiber, I'm getting protein, and I'm not getting very many calories. So that's why I love to make French toast low-carb bread, because each slice is just 30 calories. So you can still have a low-carb, low-calorie meal with this French toast. And so I can still eat French toast and still stay in my calories for the day and still be lower on the carbs. So that's why I love it. That's why I love it. Chili sounds great. She had a $5 chicken meal from McDonald's. It's been a week. Breakfast sounds really good. Oh my goodness, Jennifer. Okay, so let's get into it, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is get my bacon going, and I like to cook my bacon in the oven. It's just easier that way, and it makes less mess. And I can just put it in, and I can just forget about it. So that's what I'm doing. A couple of weeks ago, Kroger had this bacon on sale. It was buy one, get one free. And it's Greenfield Natural Meat Company. No sugar, thick cut, smoked, uncured bacon. I like the thick bacon, but really I like all bacon, so it doesn't really matter. Hey, Christy, thanks for celebrating. So I just take a sheet tray, I line it with foil. I do not use a rack for this. I like to just put the bacon right on, and then I just let it cook right in the grease. that it, you know, renders off. And then when I take it out, I'll pull it off of the pan and put it on paper towels. I don't like using those racks because they are messy. They're hard to clean up, and that is annoying to me. Christy, we're doing breakfast. So we're doing French toast, bacon and eggs. Keeping it nice and simple tonight. All right. There we go. So we just got our bacon laid out. Looks good. And I'm going to stick this in a 425-degree oven until it's done to your liking. We, in this household, want it extra crispy. So it's going to cook a little while. All right, 425 degrees is what I have my oven on. And it is already preheated. Okay, so now we're gonna get our mixture ready for our French toast. And then we're also gonna go ahead and get our eggs ready. And then we'll start cooking our stuff, okay? So I like to use a casserole dish for my French toast. Just makes it easier to dip my bread in. And so we are going to start with our eggs, of course, and I'm going to use 3 eggs for this. This one here is already cracked. I don't know if it's going to be good or not. I think I'm going to wait on that one. I don't know. Y'all tell me. So it's a fresh egg, but when I pulled it out of the carton, fresh egg meaning came from Trisha's farm, hasn't even been refrigerated yet. I pulled it out of the carton and I noticed it was cracked. I washed it, but I'm curious if it's cracked, is it probably bad? What do y'all think? What?
I don't know where my remote is. Do you know where it is?
Sweetheart, I do not. It's not my responsibility. I have not touched it. All right, so we've got 3 eggs in here. Okay, that's kind of what I was thinking. All right, I'm gonna take some heavy cream, not very much heavy cream. I just am gonna do like a little, maybe like a tablespoon of heavy cream. I have an orange here. Now this is where the heavy cream is optional. You don't have to use the heavy cream. The orange is optional. You don't have to use the orange. But this is where we're just, you know, upping the ante a little bit. Let me find my microplane. We're going to put some orange zest in here. Jane says a farmer would never waste it. I was just worried, like, how long has it been cracked, you know? And so has it been exposed to the air? And does that mean it's bad? I don't know. Like, I don't know the answer to that. So I was unsure about it. So I'm just going to zest this orange. You can use as much or as little as you like. I love the combo of orange and cinnamon together. All right, I'd say that's probably good. Okay. Then we're going to grab our vanilla. This is another thing, like, when I grew up, my parents made French toast, and they just basically did eggs and cinnamon. And so I have over the years just kind of, I add different things. You can add whatever you want to. So these are all optional additions, but I do add vanilla, and then we're also going to add cinnamon, of course. Can't have French toast without cinnamon. There you go, Jane. Love it. I like a lot of cinnamon, so I'm putting quite a bit, and I just eyeball this. I don't measure. Okay? That's true, Melissa. When in doubt, throw it away. Hello, everyone over on YouTube. Thanks for watching. Okay. So I'm going to take a fork. I don't know about y'all, but I like to whisk my eggs with a fork. Not a whisk, but a fork. What about y'all? Are y'all picky about that? Or do you just not care? Christy, I don't actually. I need to get that out. I think it's with all of my Easter decor. I need to get it out though. Also, it's blue, and I don't have any blue out right now, so it's not currently out. I get that, Larissa. I did have one from Trisha's that internet said it wasn't bad, but I didn't want to eat it. It was called a red egg, and it had like a broken blood vessel in it. And so when I cracked it, it was the yolk, or the white part was like red tinted. And when I Googled it, it said it wasn't unsafe to eat, but I couldn't. You know, I just couldn't, so I threw it away. All right, so you just want to whisk this and get everything combined. Get all of those eggs broken up. So I like to use a fork. I like to kind of run my fork through it. I feel like I'm kind of breaking up some of those, you know, egg pieces. I don't know if I am or not, but April says she used the fork too. Okay, so that looks good. So there's our egg mixture. Okay, so we did 3 eggs. I did zest of an orange, about a tablespoon of heavy cream, vanilla, and cinnamon. I don't sweeten this, okay? When you add, I think that when you do syrup, because we always do syrup, that's plenty. So I do not sweeten this, okay? And I will use either real maple syrup, or I'll use sugar-free syrup, just depending on how I'm feeling. Today I'm going to use the real maple syrup. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for a minute. The reason why I'm going to go ahead and make my egg mixture for my eggs, because I'm just waiting on my bacon to cook a little more before I start cooking the French toast. So let me grab a bowl. Probably big enough. Okay, and we're going to get our egg mixture for our scrambled eggs. The boys, I don't know why, but they like scrambled eggs. They prefer scrambled eggs over fried eggs. I prefer fried eggs over scrambled eggs, but scrambled eggs are better for me, so scrambled it is. Now see, that one looks a little funky. I've never had one look like that, so now I'm a little concerned. It doesn't smell. It's like solidified a little. Never had one look like that, so now I'm a little concerned. It doesn't smell bad. Look, here we are talking about. I'm gonna go with it. We're just going with it. Don't tell the boys. Oh, I love a runny yolk. Love a runny yolk. That is my favorite. That one we don't want. Okay, last one. I don't know how many I did, y'all. Karen, it can if you want it to. I always make my fried eggs with a runny yolk. It's my favorite. But I am pretty picky about my fried eggs. Okay, so let's season these with some salt and pepper. I need to replenish my salt and some pepper. And let's do some cheesy eggs today. The boys like that. We're gonna do some cheesy eggs. I'm also gonna add a little bit of heavy cream to my eggs as well. Just a little tiny bit. And I'm gonna do some cheese. All right, let me get some cheese. I'm gonna just do the Mexican blend. That's what I typically do. Oh, definitely, Barbara. That sounds delicious. All right. So we've got our egg mixture ready. So I'm just gonna set this aside. And we're gonna start working on our French toast. Let me, I'm gonna throw my eggs away real quick. Hang on a second. Get these out of the way. Okay. I was like, where'd the fork go? I was using it for the other eggs. All right. So I'm using a, what do you call this thing? A griddle. Using a griddle. I go back and forth. Sometimes I use the griddle. Hey, Marcy. And sometimes I just use my skillet. Today we're going to use a griddle. I never know what temperature to put it on, so I just kind of see what happens. I'm going to go 300, and if we need to turn it down, we'll turn it down. Okay, let me get some butter. Gotta have some butter. So I'm just going to use fresh butter. Okay, so I've got my bread. Now, I just use regular sandwich bread. You can use any kind of bread you want. You can use challah, you can use sourdough, you could use Texas toast, whatever you want. I typically just use sandwich bread, okay? And this allows me to have low carb and low calorie, as I said at the beginning. So this is the low carb bread that I like. It's quite pricey. It's $5 for a loaf. It's the Aunt Millie's 2 live, whatever, carb smart. And it's got 2 grams of carbs in it, and it's 30 calories. And then I buy this one for Griffin and for Andrew. And it is 6 grams of carbs and 35 calories. This one's the Healthy Life. This one is half the price of the Aunt Millie's. Okay. All right. So we are just going to take our butter. Y'all know how to do this. Just butter our pan. I'm going to do part of it for right now. And then I just take my sandwich bread, dip, and flip. Get it good and coated. Oops, got some on my phone. All right. The thing about French toast is you do want to cook it fairly low because you want that egg to get done. And so we want it to cook all the way through. I may end up having to make more egg mixture. You never know. Hello, Lane. We got that orange zest. That's going to be so yummy. All right, let's add some more butter. Do y'all usually use a griddle or do you do it in the skillet? I'm definitely going to have to make more egg mixture. It's not going to be enough. All right, we got 5 going. Let me get some more eggs. I got 3 more eggs, y'all. That's all I got. Let me rinse them off real quick. Okay. On a griddle in the oven. 3 eggs. Last one. Did y'all see that? Get in there. Oh my gosh. This is becoming a crazy cooking show up in here. Well, 2 eggs. Got a little overzealous there with my crack. Oopsie daisies. Blooper. Hi, Ember. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna check my French toast. Add a little heavy cream. Let me check my French toast. Feels like it smells like it's cooking. I'm gonna turn it down a bit. All right, I'm gonna do vanilla, so we're just making a whole nother mixture. So we do cream, vanilla, orange zest, and cinnamon. However much you want. Get that out. All that zest in there. I don't want to lose all that. Okay, and cinnamon. Lots of cinnamon. Do y'all make a mess when you cook? Or is it just me? Bacon's looking good and smelling good and getting all bubbly in there. All right. So we did 5.5 eggs. Because one of them landed on my cutting board. So here's the thing. For 3 pieces is 90 calories for the bread. So, and then you just have to include the calories from the egg. So you're talking less than 200 calories for your French toast. Isn't that amazing? All right. That's looking good. Okay. See how we're looking. It's looking good. I'm just gonna let it keep going a little bit. I'm gonna turn it back up just a smidge. All right, let me throw away my trash, y'all. Clean up my space a little bit. Making a mess. Cheese away. Bacon's looking good. We're getting there. We are getting there. Let me get out a plate to put my French toast on. It's smelling amazing right now. You can also do, which I will probably do, fruit on top of your French toast, like blueberries, strawberries. You could do a little heavy, whipped cream if you want to, which is still pretty low calorie. So French toast is just a really great diet food, in my opinion. If you like sweet things. These are looking pretty good. Like I said, I like to get them, you know, make sure that they're good and done. Oh no, Kathy, that's not good. My oven is cooked to 425 degrees. Barbara, it's amazing. You'll never go back, I swear. You will never go back to frying bacon if you do it in the oven. It is so much easier. So much easier. And it comes out even prettier in the oven. I don't know why, but it does. And it is easy peasy. No mess. I'll take the bacon off. I'll put it onto a paper towel when it comes out. And then I let the pan with the grease just sit for a little while. And then I just take that aluminum foil and throw everything in the garbage can. So all the protein you use for you ever have labs done to see what your protein count is possible for too high? Kathy, no, I don't eat enough protein for that. No, it doesn't, Jane. It does not. Definitely not the way it does on the top of the stove. He is, Christy. He's still in PT, but he is pretty healed up. All of a sudden, all the comments came through. It's like they were delayed or something. Your boys only eat 2 French toasts. Mine both eat. No, they're going to eat more than 4. That's why I had to make more. You put your French toast in the microwave or your bacon in the microwave? All right. I think this is probably good. You just want a little color, so this is what it looks like. Look how pretty. All right. Stack this up. Okay. I'm going to get a paper towel. I like to clean the butter off of the griddle because it gets too browned. And then it messes up the rest of the French toast. Okay. All right. So Going with more butter again. Turn the pan down. Okay, now I'm going in with the Aunt Millie's bread. Have you, Kathy? It's amazing, isn't it? One of these days they're going to come out with blended cottage cheese in the store, and I'm excited for that day. I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. By the way, I typically buy Kroger brand cottage cheese because I'm cheap, but I bought some of the Good Culture because I just wanted to try it. I wanted to try blending it, and I get it. I understand why people like it. I don't love it by itself. I'd rather have Kroger, but to blend it's such a different texture. It's fluffy and thick and delicious. All right, let me butter. Do y'all usually use the heel in your loaf of bread, or do you throw that away? Ooh, goulash. I love goulash. I haven't had goulash in years. All right, let's see if I can get one more out of this. This one's not going to be fully coated, but we're going to see if we can get it pretty well coated. This last little bit here. All right, I'd say that's good enough. Okay. See, I feel the same way, Kathy. I do not like the Good Culture by itself, but blended and used in things, it is really good. It's really good. Marcy says, if it's a $5 loaf, I'm using the heel. I will use it for French toast, but I will not use it for a sandwich. I will throw it away. All right, there we go. Got that done. Let's check on the bacon. It's done. Let me get it out. What it looks like. Look at that. Perfectly cooked bacon. There's also a baked potato in here. That I'm assuming is probably warm by now. Andrew, we had the most delicious meal last night, and Andrew wanted the potato tonight. We had a leftover. And it was so yummy. All right, let those go for a little bit. And I'm going to turn this and move my potato. Okay, let's grab a plate. We're gonna put our bacon onto a plate. Pam, for 425, about 25 to 30 minutes probably. Let me grab a paper towel. Okay, so I will just take my bacon and just get it right out of the pan and put it directly onto paper towel so that it can absorb the excess grease. Perfectly crispy bacon. Then I'm gonna fold the paper towel over and put more on. sticking to my foil just a smidgen. Oh my goodness, I am ready to dig in on this meal. Okay. Oh, this is so yummy. It's so crispy. Okay, last piece. All right. Okay, so then we'll just let that drain so that we get all of the grease out. Okay, and then that foil, I can just throw it away here in a little while when it cools down. Okay, so let's do our eggs and we're gonna be ready to eat. My Pampered Chef nonstick skillet. Turn my temperature to medium. Let's check on our French toast. Gonna turn it up just a little bit more. Rather it be too low than too high. And grab my eggs, give them a second whisk. All right, and we'll just, y'all know how to make scrambled eggs. By the way, if anyone has one of these hex-clad skillets, you're not supposed to use any cooking spray in them because it will affect their non-stick abilities because it leaves a residue. So only butter and oils, like olive oil, things like that. Marcy says she still fries hers in a skillet. She lets it congeal and uses paper towel to clean it out. Yes, Marcy. Yeah, so the cookie sheet's way easier. Okay, it's way easier. So there's foil on the cookie sheet. And just gonna let that sit. And then I just crumble up all of that oil, throw in the garbage can, and I have a practically clean cookie sheet. No mess. There's not grease all over my kitchen. There's not grease all over my stove. No mess, y'all. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Let's flipperoo our French toast here. Okay. My pan's almost ready. Let me get some butter in there. We've already got our salt and our pepper and our cheese and a little bit of heavy cream into our scrambled eggs. I gotta test this bacon. You hear that? You hear that crunch? Look at this bacon, y'all. Okay, perfectly cooked bacon. Perfect. Love it. Let our butter get all over our pan. And then we'll cook our eggs. We'll be ready to eat. I will get a little fruit out as well to have with everything. And then I'll probably just throw these French toasts that I've already made onto this, what do you call this? Griddle, in order to just warm them back up. All right, in goes our eggs, our cheesy eggs, y'all. Having cheesy eggs today. Married the bacon on 425 for about 25 Not sure why I'm putting that in there. For about 25 to 30 minutes. And it was thick cut bacon. I am ready to eat this, let me tell you. Let my eggs sit for a minute. Let's see here. Don't need that anymore. Those need to be washed. We don't need the vanilla anymore. Oh wow, Charlene, I bet it is. I bet it is. I don't, Pam. There's no need to turn it. Not in the oven, at least. I do not turn it at all. I mean, this is what it looks like, y'all. It gets evenly cooked. That's what I love about cooking in the oven. Is I feel like sometimes when you cook it on the skillet, the fat doesn't render as well as it does in the oven. So that's one reason why I love cooking it in the oven. Starting to have a little cooked egg action over here. Making scrambled eggs is always so satisfying. Y'all want to come over here? Here, come over here. Come on over here. Come check it out. Come check out our eggs. Ooh, they're looking yummy. I'm going to check my French toast real quick. They're looking pretty good. The eggs look good. I'm going to turn the heat off. Really, Pam? Maybe it was super fatty. That could be why. If it was a really fatty bacon, then that could be why. Because the fat gets a little, I mean, it doesn't disintegrate. You can see, like, it doesn't disintegrate, but it gets good and crispy. It gets good and crispy. All right, y'all. So, our breakfast is ready. It is ready. I'm going to throw these on here to just kind of warm these back up a little bit. And we're ready to eat. Y'all didn't see that. I'll post a picture for you and share with you the details of all of this. And that's it. All right, y'all. Have a great breakfast. I'll see y'all later. And